So, good morning po. Kami po ang reporters for today. Ang reporters po ay ako, si Yohan de Leonor, si Harrie Cabrera, si Allan Zian Nanagas, si Aldrin Filbert Maano, at si Nathaniel Sacristia po. At ang gumawa po ng maganda naming PPT ay si Penaverde. Ang topic po na i-report namin ay different citations used in research. So bilang estudyante po ng research, nag-aaral po ng research, makaka-encounter po tayo ng mga ideas, information, and data sa pagre-research natin. So yun pong mga yun, kailangan po natin gamitin sa SIP natin para po mag-gather natin yung kailangan po natin sa SIP. So ang pagpili po ng citation style na gagamitin nyo sa inyong SIP ay depende po dun sa isa-citate nyo. Pwede rin naman po ito maging depende sa assignment or project na ibibigay sa inyo ng teacher ninyo. So una pong style ng citation ay APA style.
So ang APA style po or American Psychological Association style is the style of documentation of sources used by the American Psychological Association. This form of writing research papers is used mainly in the social sciences like psychology, anthropology, sociology, as well as education and other fields. When working with APA, there are two things to keep in mind: in-text citations and the reference page. In-text citations will use the author's name and the date within your research paper. These citations will refer back to the reference page at the end, which lists all the sources that you may have been used in your research paper.
So the next citation style that we will discuss is the MLA style or Modern Language Association.
The Modern Language Association style uses a simple two-part parenthetical documentation system for citing sources. Citations in the text of a paper point to the alphabetical word cited list that appears at the end of the paper. This method involves providing relevant sources information in parentheses whenever a sentence uses a quotation or paraphrase. Usually, the simplest way to do this is to put all of the source information in parentheses at the end of the sentence. MLA style is most commonly used to cite sources within the language arts, cultural studies, and other humanities disciplines.
So the next citation style is the Chicago style.
The Chicago style, also called the Turabian style of citation, is an extremely flexible citation style. It unites the two main referencing styles in one manual style of citation. This entails using footnotes or endnotes to reference pieces of work in the research paper or essay. In addition, a superscript number is placed after a quote or a paraphrase used to cite from a source. The Chicago style is mainly utilized in the fields of history, business, and fine arts. This is due to the notes and bibliography style of citing sources for academic writing with numbered footnotes or endnotes. So tinawag siyang Chicago style dahil ang nag-publish nito ay Chicago University Press noong 1906. Kaya siya ay tinawag ring Turabian style dahil ang structure nitong dalawa ay halos magkapareho lang. Ang Turabian style ay isang spin-off na nagmula sa isang educator na si K. Turabian at ginawa niya itong paraan ng pagsulat ng mga assignment ng kanyang mga estudyante. Pinagkaiba nitong dalawa, yung Turabian style ay nakafocus sa design and structure ng research paper. So itong Chicago style ay may two basic documentation systems. Una ay notes and bibliography at author date style. Sa notes and bibliography style ay gumagamit ng footnotes, endnotes, and bibliographies. Kalimitan itong ginagamit sa history, literature, and art. Sa author date naman ay gumagamit ito ng in-text citations at yung full details ay nakalagay sa works cited list. Kalimitan itong ginagamit sa physical, natural, and social sciences.
So before po tayo mag-proceed sa examples, gusto lang po namin sabihin na hindi po namin ginamit yung concept paper namin kasi po wala po kaming sinitate doon. Dahil po dahil po sarili po namin concept yan, kaya po wala po kaming ginamit na concept po na galing sa ibang tao. So proceed na po tayo sa examples.
This is how we use the APA style of citation. For the single author, short references within the text are given wholly or partly in round brackets. We use the surname of the author followed by a comma and the year of the publication. For example, Matthews 1999. We include page if we want to include page, chapter, section, or if we want to be specific, the abbreviation for page is P and the abbreviation for pages is PP. Matthews discusses the role of drawings in psychological evaluation of children, 1979, pages 34 to 35, or in the psychological evaluation of children has been studied elsewhere, Matthews, 1979, pages 34 to 35. For two authors, we cite both authors every time we cite within the text. We separate the author's name in the citation with the ampersand. Example, Lawson ampersand Green, then the year 1997, then pages 34 to 35. When the author's name are incorporated into the text, the ampersand is replaced with end. Always cite both names every time the reference occurs in the text. For example, Lawson and Green, then parenthesis 1997, pages 34 to 35, were unable, blah blah blah.
So next example is for the MLA style. So as stated earlier, ang MLA style po ay simpleng gumagamit lamang po ng parenthesis. Makikita po natin dyan na yun pong 263 sa unang sentence, yun po yung sinitate, diba? Yun po yung, ibig sabihin po nun, yun pong page sa isang libro. Tapos din man po sa next na citation na makikita natin, Wordsworth 263. Ibig sabihin po, yun pong page 263 sa isang book na sinulat ni Wordsworth. Tapos kung gusto niyo po yung full na citation, yun po yung nasa pinakaba, yun pong Wordsworth William, Lyrical Ballads, Oxford, UP, 1967. So sa MLA style po, gumagamit lang po tayo ng simpleng parenthesis para po ma-cite yung pinanggalingan ng words. Yun lang po. So next example is for the Chicago style example.
So this is how we use the Chicago style. The general format is, for example, for the full note, author, then first name, then surname, then the article title, journal title, volume, the number or issue or year, then the page number, then followed by the URL of the journal article webpage or name of database. For the shortened note, the format is author, surname, then the article title, page number, page number. Then for the bibliography, we put the author, then surname, then first name, then article title, journal title volume, then the year, then page range of the article, and the URL. Here are some examples. For the full note, Valerie Bunce, Rethink Recent Democratization. Lesson from the Post-Communist Experience, World Politics 55, number 2, 2003. 168, then the URL. For the shortened note, Bunce, then the article title, Rethink Recent Democratization, then 168. For the bibliography, Bunce Valerie, Rethink Recent Democratization, Lesson from the Post-Communist Experience, World Politics 55, the number 2, then 2003, and the pages 167 to 192, and then followed by the URL.
That's all for today. Thank you for listening to our report about different kinds of citations used in research. And thank you, Ma'am Dulce, for watching our report.